All right. Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Bahasham means in the name in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of our Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. Yahweh, which means He exists, and Yahweh Shai meaning He is deliverer. And Yahweh Shai has an omen because He's about to come back and deliver His people. But it starts with the elect. Okay? I want to give double honors to my apostles, to the bishops, to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right, shalom. This is going to be a quick lesson. Well, it may go longer than I'm expecting it to go. However the Spirit moves, man. This is pretty much just a lesson on this is one of those just press the button, hit record, and flow through the Spirit, man. I do want to touch on 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. We see the times that we're in, and this is a time to where paying attention to what's going on in the world is crucial. It's very important because we're literally seeing these prophecies that we've been reading about. We're literally seeing these prophecies play out in real time. Right now, we see how this devil is trying to forward himself and ultimately establish himself, trying to make a name for himself. And you see what's going on with the whole, brain chipping and everything like that. I saw this one video where right now Apple is pretty much getting involved in the whole brain chip, scenario. As a matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Let's go here to let's try it. Is this it? Nah, this did. Well, that's the Spirit. You see? So I guess they just had an outage on Apple Pay. So that's the Spirit, man. Because they just had, let's see. Let's go here. And let's do this. So yeah, right here, it says Apple probes next frontier with new brain implant standard. Synchron's brain implant lets users navigate iPhones and iPads using only their minds. You see that? Apple developing iPhones that will be controlled by users' thoughts. So all these devices that they've been coming up with, you see in this picture right here, this guy has on the VR headset, which I don't know if Apple specializes in it or if they're the ones who created the VR technology, but that they have their hands in it some type of way. And hey, going back to the so-called forbidden fruit, right? And that's Esau's, Christianity, because we understand that when the scriptures goes into the forbidden knowledge, it's not an apple. It doesn't mention an apple. But this is what Esau is doing because Esau is trying to provoke the Heavenly Father. Okay, and it's all leading up, and it all makes sense. The apple would soon, be mentioned when it comes to brain implants. When it comes to the iPhone, it's pretty much like the number one selling phone there is. And I'm going to click on Salakia. I want to click on this article. But yeah, when it comes to iPhones, it's the number one selling phone product. And as far as, the laptops and the tablets and iPads and so on and so forth, they're like number one. So it only makes sense that they would have their hand involved in the brain implants. Even also, like when you you can change it to your settings to where if you want to put a passcode on your phone, you can do a facial scan, or you can do the thumbprint, which, I don't do either of those things. But it only makes sense, man, because what people are going to realize is everything is leading to the MOTB being mandated. Everything is leading to prophecy. You got all these scoffers coming out here trying to say that what we're saying isn't valid and trying to, pick their little arguments. But we're going to be justified in our sayings, man. Right. Let me read a little bit of this. It says Apple users will be able to control their iPhones with their minds. Right. These are those lying wonders. What is that in 2 Thessalonians? I think that's in 2 Thessalonians. With their lying wonders. Right? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Let's start at verse 6. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And this is the time that this devil is being revealed. And that's why they want to come against the prophets. Right? That's why they want to come against the Hebrew Israelites, mainly the men of Great Millstone, the affiliate camps. But, the men who are bringing out the 100% truth. This devil wants to put a stop to that. He's being revealed on a high level, and he's also being revealed by his own people. It's these former insiders, these truthers, right? Even his own technology, AI is against him, right? So this devil is in straits, okay? But this is his time to be revealed, and that's why ultimately, what is he trying to do? He's trying to divert the attention from him and put it on everyone else. Especially Jake, right? You see how they got the whole Diddy trial going on, and that's got everybody's attention. But what happened to the whole Epstein list and everything like that? They say that the Epstein list is available, but it's not available to the public or something like that. So we understand what they're doing, but this devil, you're not going to be able to escape this time. You're not going to be able to lie yourself out of this great ass whooping that's coming your way. You're not going to be able to play the victim role anymore, okay, because he's trying to play the victim role as he always does. But you're not going to get the victory this time. This is your time to be revealed, because this is your time to fall. So, and everything that this devil is doing is leading to prophecy being fulfilled, man. Okay. Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. For a particular period of time, no one really knew who the so-called white man truly was, right? They knew that he had bad intentions. They knew that he was, cruel. And as time moved forward, especially these other nations, they grew to hate this devil, even though they conduct business with him. They know that he's in power, but they can't wait to see him fall. Okay, and the rest of you heathen, y'all not gonna rise either, like y'all think y'all are, man. Right, because us, the Hebrew Israelites, we're next to rule. As it says in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And Jacob representing all 12 tribes, all the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, but yeah, for a period of time, this devil, no one really knew that the so-called white man was Esau, Edom, the Edomites. They knew that he was wicked. They knew that he was evil, cruel. But no one knew who he truly was until the prophets came on the scene, man. Okay. And now everybody is beginning to put two and two together. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So that time is coming to where he's about to be taken out of the way, to where he's going to be taken out of the way. And we're at that time now. Okay. And then shall that wicked be revealed. Now we understand, according to Malachi, the first chapter and the 4th verse, that Esau, Edom, the Edomites are the wicked, so that they're being revealed. Okay. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Yeah, via the prophets. Okay. Because the Lord puts his words into the mouths of the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So it's talking about a man, okay, a nation of people. Okay, it's not talking about these Christians, they'll say Satan, he looks like just a red beast, with horns and a pitchfork. No, it's just talking about an actual man, okay, who's doing the bidding of Satan on the planet Earth. And that is the so-called white man, okay? And no, he's not Japhet, man, right? Because Japhet is not spoken about when it comes to end time prophecy, okay? It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonder. Yeah, with this whole AI, with this AI technology that he's forwarding. Ultimately, he's going to try to use that AI to try to go against the Lord himself. And he's going to lose miserably, man. Okay. So it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And this is a lying wonder to be able to, use this device, this iPhone, being able to control this device with just your mind. Okay. It says Synchron's BCI brings mind-controlled access to Apple devices, making a major leap in neurotechnology and accessibility. Synchron is the first company to achieve native integration between the brain-computer interface, and that's what BCI means, right? Brain-computer interface and Apple devices, enabling people to control iPhones, iPads, and Apple Vision Pro with nothing but their thoughts. See, to the common person, this sounds like, the next cutting edge technology, the next big thing. It sounds like, something that, which, honestly, I don't even see why they would, want to do that. But see, that's what Esau was doing, right? Esau's been grooming people to become more and more convenient upon technology and not really have to work for anything, man. That's what this devil has been doing, over the years, right? See, Esau uses this thing called gradualism. So pretty much over the years, he uses gradualism to try to get into the minds of the people and to control them, you see. And at the end of the day, that's all through the spirit of the Lord, because the Lord is revealing Esau, Edom, to be the devil. Okay. And Salakia, if you hear some crying in the background, man, Salakia, man. It says Apple devices enabling people to control iPhones, iPads, and Apple Vision Pro with nothing but their thoughts. The breakthrough pairs Synchron's implantable Stentrode system with the newly announced BCI Human Interface Device, or HID, protocol by Apple, which officially recognizes brain signals as a native input category alongside touch, voice, and typing. This marks a defining moment for human-device interaction. And why is this a defining moment for human-device interaction? What's wrong with just being able to use your hand to stroll on your phone? Why you got to use your mind? Because these devils are ultimately trying to, they're setting a snare. They're making it seem like this is convenience, but ultimately they're walking you right into more and more chains. Okay. So it says, this marks a defining moment for human device interaction. BCI is more than an accessibility tool. It's a next generation interface layer, shares Dr. Tom Oxley, CEO and co-founder of Synchron. So yeah, we see what's going on, man. I'll finish out. It says, with the BCI recognized as a native input for Apple devices, there are new possibilities for people living with paralysis and beyond. See, that's what they want to do. They want to use it as convenience. They want to use it as, a miracle. Like, somebody who can't move or walk or speak, they'll be able to do that. And those are the same miracles that Yahweh Shai did, so it's already been done already, man. But see, this devil, and that shows you that the Lord only allows this devil, the Lord is only giving this devil, his hand-me-downs, man. This devil can't, the things that Yahweh Shai can do, and is going to allow his men, beginning with the top governing body, the elect, and ultimately all of Israel. It'll be on levels. But the things that we're going to be able to do Esau can't even dream of, man. So the Lord is just giving Esau, things that he's done already, man. This devil is not as a big deal as y'all think, as the world thinks he is. And really everybody is figuring it out, man. Everybody's figuring out that the white man, so-called white man, is overrated. The so-called white race is overrated. And everybody's tired of these niggas, man. So, yeah, this is their, next cutting edge technology. That's what they're trying to do. But it's all leading to prophecy, man. So what you want to do is link these. When you see articles like this, you got to link that to the scriptures, man. Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Seeing articles like this and bringing it out, that's a part of measuring the time, right? We're close, because this goes hand in hand with what? Revelation 13 and 16. Okay, this is the MOTB, right? And I'll read that after I finish this. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So whenever you see these certain current events taking place, and these certain things that are gearing up for prophecy to be fulfilled, whenever you come across these things, these certain news articles, you got to bring it out. Okay, and what we do, beginning with the apostles, the bishops, and the elders on down, of Great Millstone on down, what we do is we bring out this information. Okay, we link it with the scriptures. We link it with the prophecies of the Bible. And that's what the prophets have always been doing, man. Okay, as far as, just bringing out prophecy. Okay, you can't call yourself a prophet if you're not speaking about prophecy, man. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, and the Lord is visiting this place. Okay, his angels are here, man. Okay, recording. That's why these devils are trying to control the narrative as well, as far as, these so-called UFO sightings, which we know that they're chariots of the Lord. And this devil got his own little, drones and, technology trying to mimic the chariots, but he can't. Okay. Now, right here, Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, the brain chip, the Neuralink. Okay, the article that I just read with Apple, now they're getting their hands in it, man. Okay, and most people, they ain't going to want to take the brain chip, so they'll rather get it in their hand. Okay, and this is just right now, before they make it mandatory, because before they make it mandatory, they're going to try to make it seem like it's of some convenience, like it's the next, like I said earlier, like it's the newest cutting edge technology. Oh, everybody's on this. This is what everybody's doing. They're going to have your celebrities coming out and telling you that they got it and telling you how convenient it is, so on and so forth, right? Esau's a one-trick pony. He uses the same playbook. Okay. So we're here, man. Right? Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which you're seeing that, earthquakes all over the earth in diverse places, like it says in Matthew, the 24th chapter, right? The uproars of the people, like it says in 2 Esdras, the 15th chapter, right? People sedition among men, right? Everybody's fed up with being taxed to death, having to work more hours, not getting more pay, but the price of everything is going up, can barely make ends meet. So people are on edge. So you're seeing uproars of the people. And that's because the wicked are ruling, man. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So that's how you know the wicked is ruling. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. I quoted earlier Malachi 1 and 4. Esau, Edom being the wicked. Right? Genesis the 27th chapter. Going into its blessing. Okay? So, and that's what gave him the whole entire world. Okay? So we know that the wicked is ruling, man. Okay? And at the end of the day, it's not hard, man, to link up who the Edomites are. It's the so-called white man. He's doing everything. He fits the description, right? You have a lot of these Edomites, like these police, when they see Jake look a particular way, they might roll up on him and say, you fit the description. right, of a criminal. But these devils, they fit the description of the Edomites because of the things that they're doing. Okay. Everything that they're doing in these last few seconds. Right. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right. The end of Esau, Edom's rulership is manifesting. Okay. The more time moves on, this devil on the left hand side is fulfilling prophecy. Okay, they're trying to, well, they're getting ready to collapse this economy, right? They're going to try to blame it on whatever it is that they're trying to that they're going to blame it on, right? Whether it be from a cyber hack or whatever, they're doing the bidding of the Lord on the left hand side, man. Okay, and that's what these scoffers don't realize, man. You got guys out here that are worried about the wrong things. Here it is, we're in end time prophecy, but you got guys that are being demons, man. Right? You got guys that, fell out of the faith, took time off, then they come back out of nowhere talking shit. You got guys that are, trying to talk about that the so-called white man isn't the Edomites, that they're Japhet. All these dumbass arguments, man. But in the meantime, you got biblical prophecies that's being played out right before our very eyes, man. Guys just being demons. But that's all right, man, because at the end of the day, the true men of the Lord are going to be justified, man. Let me get this real quick. Bear with me. Romans 3 and 4. Let's start at verse 3. For what if some did not believe? So, you got a lot of scoffers that are coming out, basically trying to come against us, the Hebrew Israelites, the beloved elder Manasseh Zakba. The Lord has put the spirit on him to go into these scoffers, man, and air them out. But at the end of the day, we're not worried about these non-believers, man. Okay, because we already know what the end is going to behold for them, man. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? So just because they don't believe, does that mean that the Lord is going to do away with his word when he says that he's going to bring these prophecies to pass, that he's going to bring this hell upon these wicked ass people? Just because these people don't believe, does that mean that the Lord is going to, stop his prophecy and go back on his word? Well, verse 4, it says, Yahweh forbid. Yea, let the Most High Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings. So we're going to be justified, right? Because really it's the Lord speaking through us. But we're going to be justified in everything that we're bringing out, all of the prophecies, everything that we're saying, we're going to be justified, man. As time moves forward, that's going to reveal that we've had the truth the whole time, beginning with the apostles, the bishops, the elders on down, of Great Millstone on down. Okay, and the affiliate brothers as well. But really, man, the true affiliate brothers are Great Millstone in the spirit. Okay. So when I say Great Millstone, the true sincere brothers, they know that they're included when I say that, man. Because you got a lot of guys out here that's moving weird, that decided to break away from Great Millstone, which, hey, look, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't try to make it seem like you got kicked out and you got did wrong, man. When at the same time, you're the one who decided to depart from Great Millstone. It says, but every man a liar, as it is written, thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. You see, so that time is coming to where everybody's going to know that the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim Awashai have been here the whole time, giving them warning, man. And it's going to be too late once they figure that out, man. I'll end off here. 2nd Edges 15 and 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So all these demons, these unbelievers, these scoffers, they're going to die, man. Very horrible deaths. And they're going to taste of the second death, that lake of fire, man. You know. But that's pretty much all I had. Like I said, this is just one of those videos where I push the button. And we're here, man. You know, we're right here. And these prophecies ain't going nowhere, man. You know. Shalom.